Today we're going to take a look at the Bulldog Winch trailer winch. This is going to feature synthetic rope and a Howes fairlead. It's going to have a 3,400 pound capacity. Now, this is going to be a light duty winch that's going to help you pull up any small craft onto your utility trailer, maybe your toy hauler, anything like an ATV, UTV, those smaller vehicle types. This is going to be able to haul those up and get them into your trailer to make life a little bit easier. It has a nice compact design, so it's going to be easy to fit into a cabinet or a box. The minimum box capacity or box size that can be is going to be at least 20 inches wide by 10 inches tall. So keep that in mind. If anything fits within those parameters, this should work just fine. Now, this does come with the steel mounting plate and the hardware, so you can mount your winch and fairlead to your trailer deck or frame. We'll also have our hardware to actually get that attached there. This is going to feature a 1.5 horsepower permanent magnet motor, so we can have fast, safe, and powerful line pulling. That motor is going to be lighter and use less current than a series wound motor, and it also has a vent to let any condensation escape to prevent any moisture buildup. It's going to have a sealed 250 amp contactor that's going to transmit the power from our battery to the winch motor. Now, this is going to be water and weather resistant up to IP67 specifications, so that pretty much means that it's going to be dust proof and water resistant. So even if you're operating this out in inclement weather, you shouldn't have any issues there. Our power unit is going to include that contactor, the master on-off switch, plastic housing, and all the electrical wiring. It's going to have an automatic mechanical brake to hold 100% of our load while minimizing winch creep. We'll also have a handheld rubber remote, has that thumb toggle to bring our line in or let the line out. That has a 20-foot power lead to go from our winch out. It also has a weather-resistant switch to power that in and out. We'll have our connection point on the side there, and then this screws in place and keeps that waterproof connection. Now, if you prefer to use a wireless remote, that is available. It is sold separately using part number BDW 20212. Or excuse me, BDW 20212. Now, it does have a free spooling clutch, so we can turn this knob to go to free spool or to engage the clutch. That free spool allows you to ensure fast rope payout, and it helps to reduce the wear on your motor. And we'll have our 3/16 diameter HMPE synthetic rope. So it's going to be just as durable and strong as steel, but it's going to be a lot safer to handle. We don't have to worry about any snapback with that or any small wires coming frayed off and cutting into our hands. We'll also have a 50-foot long 6-inch woven polyester protective sleeve. That's this portion here. And then we'll also have our 1/4-inch steel hook and the nylon hand saver strap that's included there. To remove the clevis hook, we'll have a cotter pin on the side, so you just pinch those together, pull the pin out, and then you'll be able to pull out the larger pin. Just whenever you're putting it back in place, you'll want to make sure that you bend that cotter pin over to keep it secure. Our Hawes fairlead is going to be made of a heavy-duty cast iron, and it's going to have a rounded hole to help prevent any friction or any hard edges or sharp edges that could damage our rope. It also has a black anodized finish to help resist any corrosion. Our winch is also going to be covered in a black powder coat finish, and it's going to have a steel body. That black powder coat finish is going to help to resist any corrosion for the rest of our winch as well. We'll have a dichromate plate motor tube to resist any internal corrosion, and our tie bars and side frame will also help to create a strong, rigid body for our winch. The rated line pull for this, with a single layer of synthetic rope around the drum, that's going to hold that 3,400 pounds. The rolling load will be able to handle 34,000 pounds. Our motor is going to be a 12-volt DC 1.5 horsepower permanent magnet motor. The line pull at 0 pounds is going to have a power draw of 30 amps and a line speed of 15 feet per minute. The line pull at 3,400 pounds is going to have a power draw of 240 amps and a line speed of 5 feet per minute. It has an all-steel 3-stage planetary gear train. The gear ratio is going to be 166 to 1. Our duty cycle is going to be 2 minutes on, 15 minutes off. And again, we will have that 100% load holding brake. It's going to be a mechanical brake. Our battery lead wire is going to be 6 gauge with 6 feet of length, and that is going to be color coded, red for power, black for ground. Our rope dimensions, again, it's going to be 50 feet long with a 3/16 diameter, also works out to be 4.8 millimeter. The winch overall with the power unit mounted over the motor, as you see here, it's going to be 13 inches long and then 4.5 inches wide and 7 1/8 inches tall. The drum dimension itself is going to be 2 inches in diameter and 1 3/8 inches long. Our mounting bolt pattern for the winch itself is going to be 4 3/16 inches by 3. The plate is going to be 1 15/16 and 3 3/4. The distance between the Haas fairlead mounting holes center to center, that's going to be 4 13/16. And our winch weight with the rope installed is going to be about 25 pounds. And that's going to do it for our look at the Bulldog Winch trailer winch with synthetic rope and a Haas fairlead with 3,400 pounds of capacity.